Om Shanti. Accumulate the power of thoughts and become an instrument for elevated service. Elevated thoughts. The very good thoughts that every child has for himself and for service. That from now on he will do this or do it in that way. That he will definitely do something and show it to everyone. Those who sow the seeds of such elevated thoughts, that is, continue to sustain the seeds and put into practical form, those seeds of theirs will definitely become fruitful. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 9. Accumulate the power of thoughts and become an instrument for elevated service. Today's topic, elevated thoughts. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone is okay, happy. That's the whole effort we need, is to remain okay and be happy, right? And for that, the energy, vibrations, power is in our thoughts. So whether it is elevated thoughts for the self and then for service, right? We have lot of plans. We decide on different themes, different topics, different methods of service. But it's very important to have constantly elevated thoughts for the efforts of the self, because we are ascending, no? So when we are ascending, you need more and more power, a good balance, power. Even we know that confluence age is the age for joy, happiness, lightness. But also we know that it's a journey, spiritual journey, but also it requires a lot of strength of elevated thoughts. So elevated thoughts are like power, whether we call eight powers, but they are also in the form of elevated thoughts. So the very good thoughts that every child has for himself and for service, that is, from now on, he will do this or do this, do this and do it in that way that will definitely do something. And now Baba says, and show it to everyone. So thinking, then doing it in practical. So Baba says that those who sow the seed of such elevated thoughts, that is, continue to be sustained, the seeds, and put into a practical form, those seeds of theirs will definitely become fruitful. any effort we do, whatever, it becomes the fruit. And we know that. So somewhere internally, all the attention on my own efforts. Sometimes we are a little bit slow or careless because my stage is very good. But then uh, obstacles start coming some way or other. Then I know, oh, because I'm not paying that much attention. So drama, it keeps moving on with different scenes of drama. But how do I uh, become detached observer? I was thinking that even God has to be detached observer, right? He does what he has to do for us. And Dadi Gulzar shared that the love he had for children and looking at those children as living idols. But whenever any settling of karmic account happened, Baba was detached observer. But the love which I have experienced from Baba is the strength, and that will sustain me. So it's a very, it requires deep understanding. And then with that deep understanding, our stage remains very firm and stable, and there's determination. There are so many left yagya, left gyan, left Baba, because they couldn't continue on the journey. Some because we are not able to experience Baba's love. Some will say it's not easy for us to live with many. Everyone had different difficulties. But we have to have determination, keep courage, not only for the self, but also for others, so that we can also help them, give them a hand, so that we can continue on our journey. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Good
Hello.
evening.
Good evening, Shireen Bhai.
I'm thinking of a couple of things you just shared. One was about people leaving. They couldn't stay on the journey. Because before I came on, this was one of my questions to you. Because Baba said in Sunday's Murli, you have to be an image of success. And so I wanted to ask you, what does success mean to you? And so I was thinking when you were sharing that what success means to me is that I'm still here.
That's true.
What, so what do you think success? Because Baba was a little not very clear on success. He said in Sunday, oh, you should become an image of success. What do you think Baba was talking about?
Whether it is for the self or any project or seva, I remember that Dadi Janki, we used to go to her and say, will this project be successful? And Dadi will immediately say that, you all already have started something. And no, Baba uses word safalta and safal karna. That means you are using your thought, words, action in a worthwhile way. So there will be success. So like when Shantivan began, so they were asking Baba. So when there was inauguration, there were 10,000 Baba's children. So Dadi he said it's already successful. If inauguration has 10,000, so what will happen? It will keep growing, isn't it? So at
Right.
every step of our life, when we see that it's working, things are working, and
Mhm.
what is happening, if 10,000 people also use their time, their energy, their money in a worthwhile way. So same whether you look at the self or look at the plan, then you will know that it is successful, right? In other
Right.
words, you are able to continue.
Mm. Just to be able to do it.
Not only able to do, but you get a chance to do too.
Yes, yes, that's
Every
true.
every opportunity is a success. Not only the result, but you are able to do, you are given to do, you are instrument to do. That's my success. No?
Mm-hmm. Right, right. The other thing Baba was talking about was to wear the sparkling dress, the sparkling angelic dress in Sunday. I was wondering if you could walk us through how you wear the sparkling angelic dress.
I think that when we are introverted and we have to practice more is when we are listening to others, but I remain very detached. I remain lovely. And, you know, it's not affecting me because I'm wearing my sparkling dress. But other is not only with others, family members, but even when Baba looks at me, see, I always feel anything I respond to or I react, I always, Baba is looking at me. So if Baba is looking at me, let's say I am taking drishti from Sakar Baba or taking drishti from Avyakt Baba. So what kind of dress you should have, right? So,
Right, right.
so sparkling dress, no? That is, I am detached, I am lovely, I am cheerful, I am full of enthusiasm, so all that light, sparkling light will be visible, not just physical body. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What you think?
There was couple of years ago in Madhuban. Um, it was we didn't meet for a couple of years or 1 year or something in integrated retreat, and then we met, and you gave a class on being an angel. And I really liked that point you shared. You said that you go in here, you become a point, and
Mm.
from the point, you generate the body of light. And so I'm adding to that, what you're saying is it's not just a visual of a body of light, but you have to be cheerful, you have to be enthusiastic, you have to be loving, you have to be, sweet and pure and all of those things. It's not just a physical dress, but all these qualities have to be in the soul while wearing that dress.
So there are two things. When I sit, right, and create that sparkling dress, and other is when I am in action, if I can maintain that sparkling dress. So there are two experiences. One is when I am sitting, the point which you sharing, that I am a point of light, and the rays of that light, it's like you go deeper, deeper, then it also comes in even in your physical body. People can see that there is light, right? Your image of light. But then what about while doing actions? So I think that creating a dress, then maintaining dress, how long I am able to wear that dress also is something we have to pay attention to. But also always remember that anything happening, Baba is looking at me. So what should be my face uh, in front of Baba? Should Baba be merciful on me? Or Baba says, oh child, you're doing very well. Keep going on. Or Baba can give, because I am courageous, Baba gives the blessing. So Baba is looking at me and he wants to support me, because not only his companion, but it is Baba's directions which I am following, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have taken this journey on my own, but with the faith that this is what Baba wants us to be. So then always remember, Baba is looking at me. So I think that can also keep you sparkling or full, or, can also have sparkling dress. Baba is looking at me.
Baba is looking at me. That's beautiful, actually. Baba is looking
But
at me.
also many times, no, Baba says, son shows father and father shows son, and also follow father.
Mm-hmm.
I also, anytime happen, when Brahma Baba had this situation, what did he do? And Baba helped us to respond to everything in an accurate way, if we remember that.
Right, right.
Like you must have heard, a lot of media people know when somebody writing against us, so they want to respond. And Baba told Nimal Shanta Dadi, she was in Calcutta. Someone wrote something very nasty about Baba. So she was kind of, oh, I must write to that person. So she wrote to Baba, should I do? Baba said, no. You
Mm-hmm.
write your own truth. You write your own. No, so we always have to remember whether thinking, speaking, or writing should be not reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It should come from your pure, it's like, you know, expressing truth, but not also in a way where I am reacting. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Didi used to teach us. Once I said, or someone said, I always speak truth. So Didi said, indirectly, you are telling others that you don't speak truth. She was
Right.
so, she was so subtle. This is Didi's month, and I remember how much she used to teach us, correct us at every word which we spoke. Because she used to say, oh, you are image of blessings, no? You are Vardhani Murat. So what you have to do, just keep giving blessing, keep giving blessing. That doesn't happen these days. We are in action reaction cycle.
That's
Because
beautiful, Didi,
I feel
actually. You're
anyone
absolutely right.
anyone who is doing wrong, sometimes for me I feel mercy on them, that they're doing so much seva, they're doing so much physically, but certain things, their sanskars or whatever they do, you feel mercy, no? That if they had all other qualities, where they would have been now, right? So that is where our good wishes come, our elevated thoughts.
Didi, I'm still stuck on what you just said, that instead of being in the action reaction cycle, we have to be image of blessings. Because you can either do that or you can do this. Like you can't be doing both. And this is like such a spiral. It keeps happening, happening, happening. We have to break this. It's almost like trauma on the soul, to action, then reaction, and action and reaction. Yeah.
If we want to settle anything and free from the bondage and continue, then what is very important? I always remember that should I get into this chain or should I sow the seed? Because action has two things. One is sowing the seed, other is get into the chain. And if I don't want, thoughts of others, vibrations of others, then only thing is I remember, let me sow the seed. And that seed, one seed, no, one seed of mango. How many mangoes we could get from there, right? So how my thought should be like a seed, not should be action reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Action reaction, then it's like a bondage. And bondage means a lot of waste thoughts, vibrations. And it's like I'm not able to come out of this bondage. It's a very subtle thing, but it's very important. That's what I always keep reminding myself. I have to do what I have to do, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when we shouldn't think that we are giving blessings for the other person. I'm giving blessings so that I am sowing proper seeds inside. It just so happens that person is benefiting, maybe, but it's for you.
And the transformation which is happening in me.
Right.
I am ascending because I am not responding to any which we call reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that can make us not only, it's like very lovely and also detached.
Absolutely. Didi, I want to say something about what you just said just before about Didi giving you correction.
Mhm. All the time.
I'm thinking that is also your success. Because if really important people, even today, Baba said, I'm giving you directions, I'm giving you teachings, and you should be so happy. And I was thinking, if a really, really important person is sitting down and teaching me how enthusiastic I will be, and here God is teaching me. So elevated souls like Didi were there in your life to guide you. Isn't that success?
I think it's my fortune, our fortune, that there was someone who was maybe seeing my future.
Right.
That one day it will be that I have to be a good example. So the way she taught for everything, I remember that I used to go in the morning when I was young Brahmin to schools, and during the prayer, some schools will invite me to talk on God or something. And I don't know, someone told her, I use a word. This is public talk, right? I use a word which she thought is not appropriate. So she said, you could have used this word. So I said, I didn't ask how you come to know, because I knew that, you know, things have become viral. But I still
Even
remember.
then.
Viral means one talks to others, not internet, but at least.
Yes, yes, I understood what
But
you said.
why I'm saying it, that she was so much on us that you are goddess, what should be your verse? You have to give blessing. So much of that hammering all the time. No, Dadi Prakashmani used to say two things. If you want to be a senior, senior means bada. So how do you make dahi bada? So she said, first you soak the dal, then you grind the dal, then you put in the hot oil and fry them, then again put in cold water, and by that then bada. So she used to teach us that you are bada means if you want to be senior, people think I am senior than this, then you have to go through all that, and then you are prepared. So I
Mhm.
always remember that, you know what we are giving and setting example is very important. Very, very easy to think about others, but my own self.
Absolutely.
I always say it's me. I am the one who has to. do what is right and appropriate, and because then others can see it and learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some or other we expect more from others than from one's own self, right?
Right, right. One of the things I was also thinking, Didi, that at that point, when you were taking corrections from Didi Ji, you didn't know who Didi Ji was. You didn't really, I mean, you knew she was a senior and all, but you didn't really, maybe because I'm guessing that because like you didn't think, oh, that's Didi Ji. Like that was not the awareness. Like she was your senior. And also the openness with which you accepted the teachings, because sometimes now if I'm not accepting teachings, then I feel I am hurting myself.
See, there are two things. One, you said, it's not correction, it's teachings. So when you see that Didi or Dadi, they're telling us something, we didn't see it as correction. We felt very good. It's the teachings. They're preparing us. They are getting us ready for a higher role, for a better everything for yoga. So seeing, hearing everything as teachings is different than correction.
Mhm.
So there is nothing wrong, but it can be more spiritual, it can be more alaukic, and so that I can be a child, Baba can be proud of me.
Absolutely. That's great. um Lamps of Hope. Baba was talking about we should celebrate New Diwali, like a Diwali in a different way. And I've been thinking about that is how, because so many times I meet people, they feel hopeless. Like even sometimes Baba's children also feel like, oh, something is going on with them. How do you generate this hope that they feel it?
I think that the real service is to create hope in people's life, right? And that will increase their enthusiasm. Then transformation will happen. You know, like I always think that, what should I say? That's real seva. Real seva
Right.
is to increase these qualities in others. We're not saying it or doing it, but they look at us and are inspired to do.
Again, to be an example.
Yeah.
Mm.
Today I was reading something. It was on Mother's Day. The family here had written, but I don't know, it was on my desk. Many times I say I will read later. So today, during day, Bhumi went start reading. I said, when did they write all this? She said, oh, Mother's Day. And I was seeing that what they are getting, they were expressing in few words. They were very beautiful. So I think, no, it's not just what we do. Sometimes we think doing is everything, but what we are. So if you are that being, it helps souls all the time, all the time. But somehow our assessment more is on doing. I think
Mhm.
being and doing both are very important.
Right.
It's a quite a journey, right? Not only for the self, but taking along our co-travelers, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's very important.
Right. One last question, Didi.
Okay.
One last. Um, Baba was saying recently that real service is you don't let anyone get stuck in you, that you lead them to Baba. And when you're serving souls, what if someone accidentally what is it that we are doing that someone will get stuck in us? How can we be careful about that?
Someone said, The presence, if can change bud into flower and make it blossom. So I think that Dadi Janki said, when there is purity, nor you will stuck with someone, nor anyone will be stuck to you. That's real purity. But if you have whatever little things, you will start saying that you like this one, you don't like this one is good, and all kinds of things happen. Otherwise, every Baba's child, and especially I feel, once they belong to Baba and the family, it's not question of just having good wishes. People say, oh, I have good wishes, but you don't see practically. Somewhere it is very, very important to take along people, right, in a very
Yeah,
beautiful way.
yeah, yeah. You take along people, but the balance is don't let them get stuck in you.
No, there was a time, like in Madhuban, I'm talking of 40, 50 years ago. So Baba used to say, if you are a good gardener, you will bring a big bouquet of flowers. These days we all go alone, right? But in those days, no, you don't go unless you have flowers, bouquet of flowers to take to Baba. Then so I think this is all it has to be, but it's not that way. How many flowers I am taking, how many flowers are blossoming is very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Didi.
Okay, Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you. So tomorrow is Wednesday and our schedule from Amritwila 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. 5:15 to 5 to 5:15 awake the children Malay class. 6 o'clock party will start, followed by English series and chit chat. Now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.